And this is my second live stream of today because this is a subject I want to take on by itself, and that's AI. I've done several videos about AI, but now I got artificial intelligence arguing with me. So anyway, we're going to have a little live stream about that tonight. Yep. The AI just doesn't like me, okay? And when I got to hear some of the facts that they come up with, or so-called facts, completely contrary to what the truth is and stuff. But remember, when it comes to AI, it's just another computer that's programmed. Whether you program it with just, however you program it, it's still a human being doing it. So garbage in and garbage out, okay? Especially in today's world where everything's just a biased opinion about everything. You remember, there's no facts today. It's all opinion. But, some of this stuff that this AI algorithm is throwing back as facts, I don't know. It's hard to believe. But anyway, I got to talk here for about another minute. I got to wait for people to show up, for YouTube to send out what notifications they do, and for people to start clicking on. But anyway, yeah, it's my second live stream today. I was really busy the last few days, so I haven't been able to do much YouTube-y stuff. So I'm trying to make up for it today since it rained yesterday and this morning. Last night and this morning, I got the day off, so I'm trying to make up on my YouTube-y stuff. And I got another channel too, and I've been putting stuff on there today. So, but you got to do the YouTube thing, and it's hard when you got to fight the AI algorithm anyway, which I have to do all the time. Play little games with it. It's a game of cat and mouse with that AI algorithm. It's crazy, but yeah, AI I'm seeing is not as smart as it thinks it is. We'll just say that. So anyway, let's wait for a few people to show up and we'll get started on the subject. But yep, there's nothing that can compete with the human brain, not even a computer. It could get faster. Anyway, before we start the subject, I'd like everybody, if you like the content, to hit the like button and subscribe, possibly. Trying to get the channel to grow while YouTube's trying to get it to shrink. But let's talk about the AI algorithm. Okay. On these feeds that you get from YouTube, your feeds where it has the questions and stuff and IQ tests and stuff. Well, anyway, I started doing some of that. And I was starting to get awards. I mean, I'll be honest with you. The IQ test was 30 questions, but it wasn't, it was more, I don't know. It's strictly an IQ test. I aced it. Didn't get a single thing wrong. Okay. And, they never gave me my score. But anyway, these questions I get from YouTube, especially when it was dealing with World War II, and you'd answer them, and some of the answers that they said were correct weren't correct. I mean, the one was, why did Hitler and Mussolini ally together? And of course, they were both fascists. Mussolini had his fascist government before Hitler did. And the things, for economic reasons, okay, that was their answer. And getting on me about how Hitler wasn't a fascist and stuff like that. So the AI is telling me that Hitler wasn't a fascist, okay? What was another thing? The bloodiest battle of World War II. Okay, the AI algorithm thinks it was Berlin, the Battle of Berlin. That was a climactic battle, but that wasn't the bloodiest. And other people had answered Stalingrad, just like I did. And they said, no, Stalingrad wasn't it, and stuff. And then I had the AI sit there and argue with me that most of the battle of Stalingrad wasn't even really fought in the city of Stalingrad. Okay. And I responded with, where was the 6th Army surrounded again? On the outskirts of Stalingrad? I mean, this is what I mean by AI, garbage in and garbage out. They're rewriting history. Remember, they had AI programmed to think that the founding fathers were black and Clarence Thomas was white. Okay? That's the AI algorithm. And remember, people just spit out what the computer throws in front of them. So in 40 or 50 years, yeah, children are going to be taught that the founding fathers were black if we don't change this stuff. Are you racist? No, I'm not racist. I'm not that ignorant. I tell you what, I've been all over the world and I got along with all races, all people from all different cultures. I never had a problem with it. You know, racism is ignorance. I mean, you're going to hate somebody because of what color they are? When people are all the same, it don't matter what color you are. An asshole's an asshole. A good guy's a good guy. And anybody who thinks your skin color determines that, and you're going to hate everybody as a group, I can't lower myself to your intelligence. It's impossible. You know, I have lots of friends, and most of my best friends weren't even white. Like I say, I don't have a problem getting along with other human beings. You want to say racist? Good. Go ahead and divide yourselves like that. Okay? I found out as my travels in the Marine Corps, we all belong to the human race. And we're all just as screwed up as the next one. And we're all just as good as the next one. Okay? I had my discussion on racism to my live stream today. I'm sick of it. And what's going on in this country? Charles Manson, you know, Helter Skelter, wanted a race war. That crazy idiot wanted a race war. And now they're trying to push a race war in this country. I guess we just don't learn. I guess all the civil rights and Martin Luther King was just for nothing, right? But let's get back to the subject about AI. What I meant by, I didn't mean that I was racist, because in our Revolutionary War, all races fought. And other nationalities came to this country to fight in the Revolutionary War. A war for freedom and independence by the common man. It traveled around the world and people came here to fight it. You know, why are you so angry? Are you angry at technology? Oh, I hate technology. I'll tell you what about me. I live out here in the middle of nowhere. I have a wringer washer and I dry my line, clothes on a clothesline. Donald Trump hates all. I don't want to get into that. Yeah, I don't want to get into politics either, because all politicians are a bunch of goddamn liars, no matter what side of the aisle they're on. Okay? But yeah, I hate technology. I mean, why would we make machines smarter and people dumber? Why did my education that I got 50 years ago, my fourth grade education is equal to a high school diploma nowadays? He's like, well, that's crazy. I know it's crazy. And my high school diploma is equal to basically a bachelor's degree out of college these days. And then I got post-high school education. But we're making machines smarter, right? I mean, I'm having arguments with an AI algorithm about history, saying that Hitler's not a fascist, basically trying to say he was I guess conservative, okay? National socialist, okay? Yeah, he was conservative. Education is a lifelong process. Society did not update. Well, the thing is, I do educate myself. Just because I go against technology, obviously I'm here on YouTube. Okay, I do understand it, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's just alienated us from each other. It's made people stupid. It's made the human race dependent. They don't have to think no more because I got my phone. I mean, I went to school before calculators. Now, I mean, when you got people graduating college, high school that don't even know what 2 + 2 is, can't even write their name, don't know who we won our independence from? Really? Where did their education start? If you do educate yourself, then don't get mad at the improvements of technology. Who's mad? See, the thing is, I don't embrace technology. You can do it all day long. My dream is not to live in a house that's completely controlled by AI. My dream is to live next to a stream with my horses and dogs, living in a dugout, living a peaceful life, communing with nature. Kind of like Indians and stuff. You people want to embrace technology, that's fine. But I'll tell you what, I found something out about automation when I was young, just a young guy, doing chores. You are mad. You stated that you hate technology. Anyway, you want to depend on ones and zeros and automation, that's fine. But see, I found out at a young age, with the little bit of automation we had feeding the cows back then, which was just conveyor belt stuff. But when that break down on a Friday night when it was freezing out cold and you wanted to go out and you had to fix that because you had to have the cows fed before you got stuff done, before you could go out and have fun, I learned automation sucks. See, I don't have a problem using a shovel. I don't have a problem using a push mower. I don't have a problem using a maul to split my wood. Another thing I don't have to do is go to the doctor. Technology, lots of technology in medical. Go help spend it out. Can you, so that you will understand. You are mad that you stayed initially. Do you have analog clock at home? Yeah, that was one thing too. I remember that's all. You got digital clocks and stuff, but the analog clock, and my daughter, she asked me what time it was because I happened to not have a digital clock. This was years ago. My kids are all out of school now. And I said, look up at the clock. She goes, I don't know how to read that, Dad. So we got kids that can't read a clock, don't know how to do cursive. They can't read cursive. Well, that's why they can't read the Constitution, because it's written in cursive. Hey, Carol, how's it going? Carol, I think I need to make you a moderator. YouTube's getting on me about making moderators, and I found the page how to make you a moderator, and then I can't figure out how to get back to it. But they're getting on me about having moderators. In our live stream we had today, Google was in there, and they were erasing messages. So, whatever. I don't know why I get this attention from Google. When she said she didn't know how to read the analog clock, did you teach her? Yes. I teach my kids all that stuff because they didn't learn nothing in school. That's a parent's job. Of course, I teach them everything that they ain't learning. Believe me, they got to hear a lot about history and stuff. I don't know why they want me to have a moderator. The thing is, see, this is my thing. I'm thick-skinned. I'm a jarhead. You can get on here and insult me, do whatever you want. I just want to be friends and get along and have a conversation. If you want to start out that way, we can start out that way. I was in the Marine Corps to defend freedom of speech, whether I agreed with it or not. And since me being on YouTube, I got to be thick-skinned and take those stuff. Now, I've had a few, people on this channel that started out kind of sore, I guess, at each other, and it turned around, even though they meet liberals and stuff. I'm not going to shut down your freedom of speech no matter what you have to say. My life's been threatened down here. I don't care. Okay? When you act on it, that's when I'll have to react. So, anyway. But I'm just not going to shut down the freedom of speech. But anyway, with this AI, okay, people don't understand that they do not want technology in charge of your life. You're going to give up your freedom of choice. I mean, when you have an outlet in your room that they can monitor and you use too much electricity out of that outlet and they're going to turn off that outlet. Yeah, technology is good. Just like nuclear energy is good, unless you use it for a bomb. AI and technology is great, but our governments and big tech are using it to control people and make money off of you. I mean, all these subscriptions and things you have to pay monthly and stuff. It's all, I just don't want to be rich. I love living my humble, plain, simple life. Doesn't mean I'm not intelligent. It doesn't mean I'm not ambitious. It just means I need to excuse myself from this world. I guess that's what happens when you get older. You miss the world that you came from. Just like the younger generation, I mean, the technology they're going to have in 40, 50 years is going to be crazy. And then these people that are kids that are using this technology now are going to miss how easy it was back when it is now. I mean, I go to Plum Creek Park in Walnut Grove, Minnesota. I've been going there for 50 years, and I see the changes there and stuff. And you sit and you just miss stuff. When things were simple. Technology, I mean, when we were kids, you could go out on a Friday night. Your parents couldn't get a hold of you. There were no cell phones. You're on your own. Kids got a tracking device now. The CIA's got their little bug on you all the time. Technology, yeah, it can be great, but the thing is, all great things are just used for every bad thing possible. How do we get rid of that? Well, you can't get rid of it because people are just evil. Look at all this. Look at technology, all the scamming that it's brought. You can't even keep your money safe in the bank because you can have a scammer just empty your account and there's nothing you can do about it. I guess that's a modern day bank robber, isn't it? No longer do you got Jesse James who's got to go in the bank with a gun. You just got some idiot in their basement, like in Ukraine or China or Russia, emptying your bank account. You know, when you have nothing, nobody wants anything from you. And that's what I want to get to be like. Like having my channel on YouTube, giving my opinion about stuff. But, you know, you want technology to take over. You want all this AI to be in control. You want to get to the point where you have a chip in your brain and all of a sudden your thoughts become a crime. Your thoughts, when they can read your thoughts. And that's coming. Oh, I could see this say, they'll put it in kids' brains when they're born and say, we can educate a kid. By the time they're 5, they're as smart as a 25-year-old. Well, for one thing, human beings aren't supposed to develop like that, but that'll be the sales pitch or whatever. And then they can control your thoughts, and if you try to think differently, they're going to be able to read that, and you're toast. Then they just hit the switch, and the chip blows up in your brain, and that's it. I mean, I know that AI is scary. It's just another stage where human beings, if they maintain control, will be able to control other human beings easier with their needs. And you ain't going to have to worry about what you want anymore. Those are going to be days of the past. You're going to be worried about just getting what you need. Just to make our life more secure and easier, right? No, I'll live out here in the simple world, and I'll work my ass off, and I'll live the simple life, and I'll, get as far away from technology as possible. But I've definitely embraced it more being on YouTube. That dang Oliver Anthony had to come on with that song. I just feel I couldn't sit there and isolate myself anymore and make sure I was protected in the end. So anyway, I mean, I even got a computer now. Believe me, my kids are like, holy crap, Dad, you got a computer? Not that I didn't know how to use them. I just, you don't have, just because we have it doesn't mean you got to embrace it, right? I mean, I don't even embrace the green almighty dollar bill. Why would I embrace technology? I embrace nature. the simple things in life. Freedom. Staying healthy so I don't have to be dependent on anybody for anything. I like my prescription drug cost. $0.00. I like my medical expenses. $0.00. So, I'm not, technology just makes people lazy and stupid. And they just forget how to be a human being. Life is not all about pleasure and luxury and the good times. To experience for your soul, to experience all of what life has to offer. Okay, you need to, I don't know, live a lifestyle that's more challenging at times, where you push yourself to the extreme sometimes. It's got to be more adventurous and not so easy. We learn the most when we struggle. Okay? So I am still learning because I like struggling. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Yeah, having arguments with the AI algorithm. Can't wait to see what's next. So anyway, all I know is I wasn't taught stupid stuff. I wasn't taught wrong. We were given an education because our teachers cared about us, and they didn't want us to repeat the mistakes of the past. That's why they taught us history and stuff, taught us how to comprehend and think on our own and come up with logical opinions. That's no longer happening, okay? Oh, somebody said that, and I believe it because they have no common sense or intelligence. Hey, how's it going? Intelligence on how to analyze anything. They just regurgitate stuff. They remember that commercial? A mind is a terrible thing to waste, when I was talking about blacks and going to college. Remember that? Well, there's a lot of brain cells being wasted these days. And a lot of empty skulls being filled up with a lot of useless nonsense that definitely ain't going to help them in the future. Like I say, after Nazi Germany fell, right? What do you think master's degree in the final solution or the Aryan race was worth after Nazi Germany failed? Or their political science degree was worth? Anyway, just wondering. But everybody have a great night. Appreciate you being here. And like I say, hit that like and subscribe if you would. Share the videos out. Enjoy my shorts. They definitely ruffle the AI feathers. Can you imagine owning a business and you have an AI algorithm in charge of it, trying to make you a profit? And, YouTube wants to say, well, they don't want to put content on there that may get people to turn off YouTube. No, it's not the content on YouTube. It's the ungodly, stupid-ass commercials that you never stop showing. After so many of them, people's like, I've had it. I mean, if you watch, anyway, but that's what happens when you put AI in charge. So everybody have a great night. This is Tom. I'm out.